Batel's Kitchen, and today I am so excited to be back with a new potato recipe for you guys. And this time it's going to be dairy style but vegan and gluten-free. No guilt whatsoever. This recipe is so easy to prepare and you're going to be amazed how creamy and luscious these potatoes are. I cannot wait for you guys to try it. All the measurements are going to be in the description box below or on my website, batelskitchen.com. Okay guys, let's get started. To begin, we're going to put some water in our pot in order to cook our potatoes. We're going to place it on the stove, and I do like to make sure that those waters are really salted nicely in order to infuse those potatoes with flavor. So I'm placing about 2 to 3 tablespoons of kosher salt directly into the water. While the water is starting to warm up and eventually boil, we're going to peel our potatoes. If you wanted to, you can still use the peel of the potato and not peel them, but today I prefer to peel them. Now don't throw those peels. I'm going to show you in a different video how to use them for some crispy chips, but we're going to keep it for another video. If you want, let me know in the comments below. When it comes to our potatoes, I like to cut them into thick slices, about ½ inch, but a little bit more than that, just so that they don't lose the texture and the shape once we boil them. Once the water is boiled, we're going to dump those potatoes into the water and let them cook for about 7 to 8 minutes. Moving on to our mushrooms, I'm using today fresh mushrooms, but I have to confess that I'm absolutely obsessed with canned mushrooms. Since I'm a very young child, I love canned mushrooms, but that's what I had on hand today, so I'm using the fresh ones. I do want to give them some char and some flavors, so I'm dumping them into a pan with a little bit of olive oil just to give them a little bit color and a little bit flavor. So I'm not salting them at this point. I don't want all the water to come out really right now. So just to give them this moment to get golden brown. And only then I'm seasoning them with salt and pepper and some dry thyme. We're going to give it a final mix and set them aside. Now moving on to our creamy sauce. I have cashews that I'm dumping into a high-speed blender, and to that we're going to add our cheesy element, which is nutritional yeast. I'm putting about 2 big tablespoons of those nutritional yeast directly, and then I like to add garlic powder. If you wanted to, feel free to use fresh one. Our binder over here, and the element that is going to make it extra special and cheesy, is actually corn or potato starch. We're going to dump that as well to the blender, and we're going to season everything with salt and pepper to taste, but not too much salt because our potatoes are already salted. We're going to place 2 cups of cold water or regular water into our blender, and we're going to give it a blitz. This is our first blitz with this blender. We're going to add some water from the potatoes themselves because they're full of starch and flavor and saltiness. So again, don't over salt those waters because we already have some salt element in our sauce. We're going to give it a final mix just to make sure everything is very well blended with the hot water. I never like to add straight hot water into the blender. It is always dangerous. So I started with the cold water and then I added the warm water, so we have a normal temperature inside the blender. Now that our potatoes are cooked halfway, we're going to dump them into a colander, and I do like the step of washing them because they're very salted yet very flavorful. So I don't want this dish to be over salty, so I'm washing them with tap water. Into our casserole we go, and I like to add a little bit of oil just to prevent sticking of those potatoes directly into the pot. And we're going to dump those potatoes along with our cooked mushrooms. If you want to use canned mushrooms, feel free to do that, or skip the mushrooms altogether. That's an option too. I personally love mushrooms, so I'm adding them to this dish. I just like to make sure that they're all scattered all over the dish. And now we're ready to put our bechamel, or whatever sauce you want to call it, our cheesy sauce, which looks very, very liquidy at this point. But don't worry, it's going to be thick and nice once we place it in the oven. Now, very, very optional, I'm adding vegan mozzarella cheese on top of those potatoes. You don't have to if you don't have it on hand, but I had it on my fridge, so I decided to add that as well. Now, in order to cover this casserole, I took a piece of parchment paper, and in order to make it very, very pliable and flexible, I washed it under running water, and now it is very easy to apply it directly onto this dish and then cover it with aluminum foil so that the aluminum foil doesn't touch the potatoes directly. Our oven is preheated to 450 degrees Fahrenheit, and we are ready to pop it in the oven for about 40 minutes. We're going to pop it in the oven for 40 minutes, and we can remove the cover and let it cook for another 15 minutes just to get this beautiful golden color if you wanted to. And now that this casserole is ready, we are ready to serve it. I always like to serve it with a fresh salad on the side, and we can garnish it off with some fresh parsley or cilantro or dill, whatever you prefer. Today I'm using parsley, and we are ready to devour it. And look at this cheesy and creamy sauce that these potatoes are covered with. They're so luscious and so delicious, and this dish is so comforting. My kids could not stop enjoying them, and the mushrooms were so meaty, complementing this very creamy texture. And that was just one of those dishes that everybody absolutely enjoyed. And I feel like it could be such a beautiful dish when you want to serve something dairy that is not dairy, that is vegan and gluten-free and guilt-free, and something that is so easy to put together. I cannot wait for you guys to give this dish a try. It is perfect for Shavuot or anytime you want to impress your guests with a dairy-free meal. If you enjoyed today's video, I would love for you to give it a thumbs up. It means the world to me. Thanks for watching.
That's it for today, my friends. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're gonna give this recipe a try. If you did, don't forget to let me know in the comments below. And if you need some more help with eating more plant-based, check out my cookbook, Eggless Possibilities, where you can find so many meals that the whole family can enjoy. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if you would like to have some more recipes like this. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.